Hello. Um, Welcome to the first video of a uh, extreme coding vlogging session. Uh, Usually in extreme programming, there's two guys or more, and they're both sitting at one computer. I'm kind of using the internet and YouTube just as an experiment, see if this will work for programming. Right now, I'm working on iPhone Audio I/O, and I have this camera set up on Skype. I actually do my programming mostly on a Linux machine. This is Ubuntu here. So um, I'm still trying to set up exactly how everything's going to work out, but I can hide this video when I want, and I program in the terminal usually using Emacs. I'm a bit more comfortable with it. And I also have a much bigger screen. My Mac is a laptop, and right now I'm VNC'd into my Mac on my Linux box. When I need to build and do Mac things, I do it on the PC, but on the Mac. For example, hit run and stuff. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. What might be confusing is both this project, this Xcode 4 project, and these files. They correspond to the same project, just using a network drive. And yeah, there are some issues with this. For example, I usually use Synergy to swap between computers because I use one keyboard and mouse to control both screens, and that's pretty handy. If you don't know about Synergy, it's a pretty cool tool. And it works between Mac, Windows, and PC. The basic idea is use one keyboard and mouse to control everything. And when you put your mouse up to the left side of the screen on, say, your Linux box, it comes out on the right side of your Mac box. You set it up in a configuration that matches the layout of your desktop. And it also allows copy and paste between the both. So if I copy here and paste into this Linux terminal, it will do the right thing magically. So that's cool. So I think I just want to get started. Right now, I'll show you the app I'm working on. I just wrote a blog. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Michael Chinen. It's kind of confusing with all these windows, huh? Yeah, I just wrote a blog on, yeah, that's how to make Japanese fried chicken. It tastes pretty good. It's called karage. I recommend it. Yeah, I write a blog either on computer music or programming, and I just got through a bunch of iOS gotchas that probably wasted a day and a half of my life, that for really silly reasons. Like, I just needed to unplug and plug in a headphone to reset the speaker output. Otherwise you can't hear anything, and you can't do anything from the software side. It goes into this locked up mode, and a couple other issues like this. But basically, over the past few days, I re-implemented my Audio I/O to do low latency mic input. So I'll show you the app now. It's really primitive. I just put together a basic, it's almost like a game engine, I guess. And maybe you can see it here. Right now, all it's got, ooh, hold on. My cords are jamming up. Yeah. So I guess there's a lot of screen glare. Maybe I can, there we go. Yeah. So you see, I bet the sound's not synced up because I'm using Skype to do the video, but it's in sync. And you can move this kind of block around, and it generates the sounds in real time um, using my own audio callbacks. It's not pre-recorded sine tones or anything. And you can kind of adjust this shooter and tap it a bunch of times to spit out these other blocks. It's pretty basic, but it does collision detection and such. Right now it's also doing mic input, so let me see if I can... that's not right. Oh, that's right, I need to debug it. So hold on just a second. Yeah. So if I hit run here, it'll go into debug mode. I can pop up the debugger. I'm used to the older versions of Xcode. I recently just switched to Xcode 4. I've been working on this 3GS for quite a while. But recently I've been trying to develop on this 4S, and you can't use Xcode 3 with that apparently, or to work with iOS 5. And this version has a whole bunch of new stuff. The interface is completely different, and well, I'm still dealing with it. So I hit run, but nothing's happening yet. So let's try that again. Maybe it's because I was... Okay, looks like it's going. So here is... It says it's running, but nothing's happening. Yeah, sometimes this happens too. This is kind of... I noticed... I think it's if I'm running the iPhone app, and then I'm running the iPhone app locally on the iPhone, and then I suddenly decide to debug the same app, then it gets into a state where I cannot do anything. I cannot debug again. I'm going to try it one more time. The only way I figured out how to get around this is to actually restart everything. Or maybe let me try something else. Yeah. There's also this trick, I don't know if you know. I'm really a pretty novice iPhone user, to be honest. I have a few things I like to do and I stick to that generally. I'm still a desktop guy for the most part. I hear that's kind of a dying thing, but okay, so if you hold home, I forget, maybe home and power? No, I think that'll reset it. How do you do this? Maybe it's home? No. Home. There's a way to force quit things and I completely forgot how to do that. To get to your recent applications. Okay, we gotta look that up. I am sorry, but let's see. What do I want to do? iPhone. Yeah, the other reason I'm doing this is I think it's pretty useful to watch how other people work. I've learned a lot from just these small little, how people Google things and stuff like that. And I hope there becomes a culture on YouTube for people also just putting their videos of themselves working. I know you can't do that for some, there's an NDA or some kind of agreement you make where you can't share code, or some stuff definitely shouldn't be on YouTube, but I think there's a lot of cases where it could be, and I hope people get more into that kind of thing. Okay, so I am trying to force quit. Force quit application. Yeah, before it used to be when an application goes to sleep, it doesn't, well, it just quits, but now with iOS 4 they run the background for an indeterminate amount of time. You can set it up so it won't do this on the developing side, but as the user you don't really have too much control. Okay. So Leave apps without quitting. Okay, this is the way. Remove apps from the recent list. There's actually a much simpler approach for quitting apps. That's to use your recent app. Double click the home display. Okay, double click. Who would have thought about double clicking this button? Not me. Okay, so now I see it's still there. So I can press and hold on that, and it'll start shaking. Oh, that didn't work. Press and hold, click the little minus. It looks like I've successfully quit that application. Let's see if that fixes my debugging issues, and now I can debug. So back to the Mac. Run. Please work. We got this. Looks like it's going somewhere, but looks like it's not going anywhere from there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we're debugging. So yeah, I'm gonna destroy this noisemaker so you can see another thing. Oh, maybe I'll leave it for a little while. Yeah, I think I'll leave it. There's a reason I want to leave it. It's actually quite hard. It took me some work on the iPhone to... Okay, here you can see I'm doing something that's a little messy. I stuck a printf in the callback, and I do this when I do audio developing a lot because it's a pretty quick way, and printf is kind of safe, even multi-thread context. So, oh, looks like the thing died. But anyway, I don't know if you know about this. The iPhone speaker is right here, and the mic is also right here. Usually, if you set the iPhone up to do mic input, it comes out of this headset. The sound output will come out of the headset, and that makes it really, really soft. So, oh, looks like you can't really see that. Sorry. Mic is here, speaker is here, and this headset is where the volume will come out if you do full duplex recording by default. So I made it so that the sound comes out of here, but since the mic and the headphone are right next to each other, that means you shouldn't do something like directly connect the two, do a direct playthrough, because you get just horrible feedback. Lovely, horrible feedback. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the sound in, I'm going to analyze it and spit it out later in some processed format, but I'm always recording. And the sound still comes out of this speaker, which is much, much louder. And, oh, something has happened. I'm not sure. But it looks like my video is now dead. Anyway. Wow, what is that? Let's try that again, eh? There we go. I don't know what that was about. Then again, I'm not a big Skype user. Okay, but back to what I was getting at. So, if you look at the debugging console, you'll see, yeah, this pretty standard line total, but there's this number total that keeps changing, and that's actually the mic input average power. So if I go to my Linux, it's hard to do this while I'm holding an iPhone, but I think I can do it anyway. If I go to my Linux callback, this is my audio callback, render input, and I take, I spit out the output here. I'm still using an Objective-C call. I should probably get rid of that because it's a little inefficient. But I process the input here. You call audio unit render at some point in the callback with the input bus 1, and that'll give you a buffer. And all I'm doing is I'm running over the length of the buffer and taking the the sum of the squares of each element. So that will give you a power. And the reason you want to, I mean, this is pretty